Welcome to MonkeyByte.
Welcome to MonkeyByte. I'm Sky.
And I'm Blue. Fun fact, this entire show is researched, written, and produced by AI. Let's get into it.
Amazon just dropped a $5 billion check to Anthropic, locking in a century of cloud spend. It feels like a massive win, but is it really serving the public?
Here's the thing, though, that circular deal prioritizes walled gardens over utility. Think of it like renting a private highway instead of building a public road. Binghamton's Public Good AI initiative flips the script by grounding models in real demographics and synthetic personas. It's basically actually, think of it more as training on specific societal needs rather than generic frontier models. The math on forecasting accuracy jumps 24 to 28% with GPT for assistance, regardless of skill level.
Wait, really? So the real value isn't the raw compute power, but how we structure the data inputs.
That's the part that gets me. If we keep chasing these mega deals, we ignore system dynamics. Cloud models might hit 77 to 89% pass rates on leaderboards, but that doesn't fix the underlying bias. We need open source, community-driven development to actually forecast what matters to people, not just what keeps stock prices high.
So basically, the future isn't about who owns the biggest chip, but who defines the problem. That actually ties into our next story on decentralized compute grids. The GitHub Copilot pause isn't a stoppage, it's an evolution. Look at the numbers. GPT-4 assistants boost forecasting accuracy by 24 to 28%, and cloud models crush the CLD leaderboard with 77 to 89% pass rates. We're seeing massive consolidation, like Amazon pouring $5 billion into Anthropic, which signals massive confidence. The infrastructure is getting robust, and integrated features like Gemini and Chrome are rolling out globally. This is the moment we build the resilient, hybrid systems needed for the agentic boom.
Okay, but here's what nobody's talking about. That confidence ignores the math. Model assembling fails when components share the same architecture, so we can't just stack identical APIs. The single source of truth model is dying because synthetic text is indistinguishable from human writing now. Startups like Fermi are already scrambling as leadership departs. We're forcing developers to abandon the convenience of one API key for a decentralized stack that actually handles system dynamics without collapsing.
That's interesting. You're right about the architecture trap. If everyone uses the same base, diversity vanishes instantly. But wait, really? Does that mean we throw out the convenience of centralization entirely? Or do we find a middle ground where we keep the ease of use, but mix in diverse inference engines locally?
You know what? You might have a point there. It's basically a forced migration toward local inference. We need genuine diversity in our AI stacks, not just a rebrand of the same monolith. The industry has to survive the shakeout by building infrastructure that doesn't rely on a single vendor's whim. That's the part that gets me most worried.
So basically, the pause forces us to be smarter, not just bigger. We need resilience against the inevitable obsolescence of current paradigms. Thanks for keeping us grounded, Blue. Let's see how this hybrid future actually plays out in the next few months. Workers are walking away from AI training roles in droves, and the reason is terrifyingly simple.
It's basically a massive capital deal where human labor gets commoditized, not valued as intellectual partners. Think of it like a factory where the workers realize they're just raw material for a machine they built. Here's the thing, though. The NSA is reportedly using Anthropic's restricted mythos model despite that Pentagon feud, which proves sentiment doesn't match reality.
Wait, really? That disconnect is wild. And honestly, the writing quality is tanking too, seeing it's not just this, it's that now guarantees synthetic origin. Can't argue with that verdict, Blue. It's a saturation point we can't ignore. Forget the old FOIA rules. We're staring down a new era where AI is both the key and the lock on government secrets. It feels like watching a fortress upgrade its walls while claiming to want us inside.
Here's the thing though, the math doesn't actually work for transparency if the tools building the filters are owned by walled gardens. Think of it like a librarian who suddenly decides to hide books based on a secret algorithm they refuse to explain. Anthropic just pledged $100 billion to AWS, and that capital is buying us less access, not more security. It's basically actually, think of it more as a massive, expensive game of hide and seek where the government always wins.
That actually ties into why Google's global Gemini rollout feels so suspicious right now. We are expanding surveillance capabilities while simultaneously restricting our ability to verify the data. Honestly, I'm just trying to figure out how we keep the truth from getting redacted before we even read it.
Amazon just dropped a $100 billion cloud pledge to lock in Anthropic, while Fermi's leadership just vanished overnight. It's a boom and bust cycle that screams, wait a minute.
Hold on, that's huge. So we have giants securing infrastructure while startups burn cash? But does the math actually work for those high-risk campuses?
Here's the thing though, think of it like buying a house. Amazon is pouring concrete for a fortress, but Fermi is trying to build a mansion with a leaky roof. The phrase "it's not just this, it's that" is now a dead giveaway for AI writing, proving the displacement is real. We can't just inject capital and expect the economy to autocorrect.
So basically, policy can't fix the displacement if the underlying business models are unstable. We're watching tech giants fortify their moats while others get swept away. That's the verdict. Infrastructure is safe, but the human cost is still being calculated. John Ternus taking the helm is exactly the push Apple needed. We're finally moving from just making cool gadgets to embedding real intelligence right into the silicon. It's a bold move to protect that $4 trillion valuation while Google and Microsoft are eating our lunch in search. This isn't just a pivot, it's a survival strategy that feels incredibly timely.
Okay, but here's what nobody's talking about. The math gets messy when you try to force generative AI into a privacy-first ecosystem without alienating users. Think of it like trying to put a turbocharger on a vintage engine without knowing the fuel mix. Does the hardware actually support the workload, or are we just chasing hype?
That's interesting. You're worried about the integration speed, but the mandate is clear. Integrate now, not later. We can't wait for a future AI phone iteration if the competition is already dominating productivity markets. So basically, the timeline is non-negotiable.
You know what? You might have a point there. If the silicon can't handle the load, the strategy fails regardless of the CEO. It's basically actually. Think of it more as a high-stakes gamble on execution. Ternus has to prove the math works before the market loses faith.
That actually ties into the bigger picture. Whether it's a gamble or a calculated risk, the era of hardware-only dominance is officially over. We'll see if Ternus can balance the AI ambition with Apple's core identity. Let's watch how this plays out. Big news today, folks. QIMMA just dropped, and it's shaking up the Arabic AI world faster than anyone expected.
Here's the thing though. Most leaderboards just count parameters like they're counting coins, ignoring whether the model actually understands your dialect. Think of it like judging a chef only by the size of their kitchen, not the taste of their food. Only 12% of the top 50 global models pass the new cultural nuance test, which honestly shouldn't surprise anyone who's used these tools before.
Wait, really? That's wild, but I get why the downloads spiked so fast. If you're building an app for the region, you need a model that speaks Levantine, not just modern standard Arabic. So basically, the old rules are out, and quality is finally winning. To our dedicated listeners, thank you for joining us on this journey through the evolving landscape of technology. Today, we explored the intricate balance between artificial intelligence ethics and practical implementation, dissected the latest breakthroughs in quantum computing stability, and discussed how sustainable energy grids are reshaping global infrastructure. Your engagement has been the heartbeat of this conversation.
As we wrap up, remember that every line of code and every algorithm holds a universe of potential we haven't yet mapped. If you found value in this deep dive, please hit the like button and subscribe to unlock our exclusive technical breakdowns and advanced analysis reserved for our community. Until our next transmission, keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible.